The modern world is loud, not only in sound, but in demand. Every object asks something of you. Every possession requires attention, maintenance, decision, and defense. Most men do not notice this at first. They feel only a low, constant pressure, a sense that something is always unfinished, something waiting, something pulling at the edges of their focus. This pressure becomes background noise. It fades into normalcy. Men assume that this is simply adulthood, more responsibility, more complexity, more to manage. Life feels heavier, but the weight is rarely questioned. It is accepted. But beneath this explanation is a quieter truth. Much of this pressure is self-inflicted, not through weakness or incompetence, but through accumulation, through the belief, rarely examined, that owning more creates stability. Stoicism does not begin with rejection of the world. It begins with clarity, with a calm assessment of what is actually under your control and what is not. From that perspective, the relationship between ownership and stress becomes obvious. The more you own, the more your attention is divided. The more your peace depends on things you cannot fully control. Owning less is not about deprivation, it is about containment, about reducing the surface area of your life and what it is exposed to in disorder. The illusion of more persists because it feels logical. We are taught that accumulation equals safety. More money means more security. More tools mean more preparedness. More options mean fewer risks. A larger home, a fuller garage, a denser schedule. These are interpreted as signs of success. Culturally, accumulation is framed as responsibility, as maturity, as progress. To have less is often misread as falling behind, but psychologically, this logic collapses. Every added possession increases complexity, more choices, more upkeep, more comparison, more worry about loss, damage, or decline. The mind does not register abundance as peace, it registers it as responsibility. This is why stress grows even as material comfort increases. The nervous system does not respond to square footage or inventory size. It responds to unresolved demands. Each object introduces another potential problem, another decision to be made, another outcome to manage. Decision fatigue does not arrive through crisis. It accumulates quietly. What to wear, what to replace, what to fix, what to clean, what to upgrade, what to store, what to insure, what to sell. Each choice is small, but together they congest the mind. The promise of more is control, but the result is the opposite. Stoicism identifies this early. Epictetus observed that people are disturbed not by events, but by their judgments about them. Ownership expands the field of judgment. The more you have, the more there is to evaluate, defend, and worry about. This is where attachment enters. Possessions are not stressful by themselves. Attachment is. When identity becomes entangled with what you own, anxiety follows naturally. The mind attempts to control what cannot be secured. Stoicism draws a firm line between what is internal and what is external. Judgment, intention, discipline, and action belong to you. Objects do not. You may possess them, but you do not command their permanence. Time, decay, accident, and chance all still apply. A Stoic does not reject ownership. He rejects dependency. He uses things without allowing them to govern his emotional state. He enjoys them without anchoring his sense of order to their presence. This distinction is critical. Modern culture often mistakes Stoicism for indifference. In reality, it is selectivity, a disciplined narrowing of concern. The Stoic chooses carefully what he allows to matter. Minimalism, through a Stoic lens, is not aesthetic restraint. It is strategic reduction, a form of psychological defense. By owning less, you reduce the number of external variables capable of disrupting your internal state. This is not theory, it is observable. Fewer possessions mean fewer decisions. Fewer decisions means less cognitive load. Less cognitive load means more available attention for what matters: judgment, action, character, family, faith, and making an impact. When environments are simplified, the nervous system responds, visual noise decreases, background stress lowers, the mind rests more easily because it is not constantly scanning for unfinished business. Excess creates emotional liabilities. Objects carry memory, obligation, guilt, and expectation. A tool you never use reminds you of wasted money. Clothing you do not wear becomes evidence of indecision. Gadgets promise efficiency, but demand learning, maintenance, upkeep, cleaning, and attention. Minimalism removes those liabilities, not by force, but by selection. Only what serves remains. Control is often confused with possession, but possession does not equal mastery. In fact, in many cases, it creates more obligation. Ownership demands maintenance, protection, and attention. Control demands discipline and restraint. Stoicism favors the latter. The Stoic seeks to govern himself before governing anything else. This inward stability reduces the need for external buffers. The calmer the mind, the fewer possessions required to feel secure. Minimalism is not withdrawal from life, it is refinement, a narrowing of focus that increases effectiveness. In the home, this principle becomes tangible. A crowded space fragments attention. Each room becomes a list of deferred tasks. Cleaning feels endless because the baseline level of clutter is already high. A simpler space supports steadfastness, not because it is empty, but because it is intentional. Each object has a function. Each item earns its place. When the environment aligns with purpose, the mind mirrors that alignment. The home becomes a place of recovery, not stimulation. Overcommitment is another form of excess. Many men fill their calendars to avoid stillness. Activity becomes a shield against reflection, but constant engagement fractures energy. The Stoic values margin, space between obligations, time not claimed in advance. This margin allows for judgment rather than reaction. A simpler schedule restores agency. Digital excess may be the most corrosive. Notifications, feeds, subscriptions, platforms, each demands attention without offering resolution. Minimalism here is not abandonment, it's boundary setting. Choosing what enters your awareness is an act of discipline. Commitments are possessions too. Promises, roles, memberships, expectations, each carries weight. Saying yes too freely is another form of accumulation. The Stoic chooses carefully, not because he lacks ambition, but because he understands the cost of distraction. There is a visible difference in men who live this way. They do not rush, they do not posture, they do not signal urgency. Their authority is quiet because it is not dependent on display. Simplicity projects strength because it implies choice. The absence of excess suggests discipline, control. Calm men do not chase. They are not emptied. They are contained. Their attention is gathered, not scattered. Stoicism does not promise happiness. It offers stability, a foundation that does not shake when externals shift. Owning less supports this by reducing points of failure. The goal here is not austerity, it is resilience, to move through a complex world with fewer attachments pulling you off balance, to experience loss without collapse, to enjoy possession without creating dependence. In the end, stress is not eliminated by control. It is reduced by alignment. When what you own, do, and commit to reflects deliberate choice, the mind settles. A Stoic man is not defined by what he has removed, but by what remains and who he is and has become. What remains is enough.